welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who read The Lord of the Flies because he thought it was a biography about himself. It's John Levengood.
I thought it was an entomological book about me.
I was like, if you read it thinking it was an autobiography of yourself, that means you forgot it.
I guess it was like a not really autobiography, like Anna Nicole Smith's autobiography, where she clearly paid someone to write her story herself.
I don't see you paying a ghostwriter.
I don't know. I guess I like to write, but I think that if I liked to write and I wrote that I would remember that I wrote it, because no amount of drunk would cover a blackout long enough to forget writing an entire book.
I mean, we've forgotten about posts that we've written, but those are just single posts. And then we quickly remembered it. You would spend time with an autobiography.
I mean, I do like dancing naked around a fire as much as the next guy.
But you just do that to attract bugs.
Right. Which actually happens. There have been times where I was camping and collecting bugs, and there are certain beetles that are attracted to forest fires because the trees are stressed and vulnerable. And so I've had like beetles land in my arm hair and shit when I was out by a campfire.
And you're like, you put the sheets around and like, because all the bugs get attracted to that because of the light. You made a whole show for Islanders and people everywhere.
I should have my own show.
But you bugging?
Wait a minute, we do have our own show.
Wait, you could call that show bugging.
Bugging out?
Oh, brother.
It sounds like a fraternity brother entomologist. Bugging out!
And there's all these things that are like clearly set up. Hey man, the world's biggest beetles in my bathroom.
The world's biggest beetles were like where I was in Africa probably. I didn't see many of them though.
Yeah, see, that's why it would be set up. You're like, ma'am, I'll go get it. And then you go bugging. It's like you on a skateboard.
There's not enough bug-based biographies out there. I mean, you got like Kinsey, but everyone's like, oh man, I remember when I was in grad school. They're like, whoa, it's a story about this famous entomologist. They go see it. It's all just a bunch of polyamory and sex experimentation.
Yeah, Liam Neeson's.
Yeah, the fig wasp expert who just decided to go straight up orgy and experimental.
You need to be the skateboard entomologist. Basically, you just ride a skateboard everywhere. You show up.
I'm way too big for a skateboard. I will die. It
would be a huge skateboard. And then you kick it up.
I will die a horrible death.
You kick it up, you catch it, you pull a David Caruso, and you're like, I hear there's some bugs here. And then you go, bugging!
I'm not kicking it up. It's I can't get up after I fall and break my plus-sized ass on the ground.
This is a reality show, so we'll just show you pulling up the last 6 inches. And you only have 1 foot on the board. And then you look at the camera and go, wow, I'm tired. I just went from California to Nevada. I mean, on a skateboard, that's a trip.
I'm waiting for Lazarus to save me, but he's not here.
The skateboard entomology. He's looking at your bugs.
You can do my theme music. Don't we have a couple listener questions in there?
I guess we'll move forward on that. Well, welcome back to the second part of our Sea Beast Spectacular Tournament of Sea Beasts. It was a big week last week, John.
It was. We discussed 51 different aquatic creatures of film.
There were a lot.
51.
We did it.
And there's going to be more.
Now we got to do some more Sea Beast listener questions, and then we're going into the tournament.
I feel like we have like 30 Sea Beast questions in this podcast episode.
All right. Well, want to get into it?
What do we got?
All right. This one is from John. This is from Boston John, not the other Johns. And it's like, John, why did you decide to quit your skateboard entomology show?
All right. Plus-sizedness.
All right. So the next one is, does a larger the creature reflect a larger threat?
I mean, does it literally? Perhaps. Because if a kaiju steps on me, I'm squashed like a bug. But, I mean, a kaiju is really easy to keep track of once the threat is recognized. Whereas a school of piranhas or a single piranha with Gandalfian wizardry would be very, very difficult to track. I don't know why this piranha has wizard spells, but in my example. But again, the smaller the creature, the harder it is to track. Like even Jaws was hard to keep track of.
So, like, I guess you're in a lake, so the piranhas were a problem. But if you're in, like, you're in a fjord. Well, no, there's a giant sea beast in Ragnarok in there, in a fjord. Goodness. But alright, if you're in a small pond, you're not worried about a big beast because you would have seen it. Right? Or if you're in the Amazon, and there's, I don't know, a crazy sea beast that's in the Amazon hidden somewhere. So it just depends where you are. Right?
But I mean, but if it's super big, right? If it's Godzilla big, once we know that Godzilla is there, it's just like, look at the radar.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, that's why it's like, we can keep track of that.
Yeah, I still think the large...
Like, we can figure that out.
I mean, if they'd have gotten a bigger boat in Jaws, they would have been fine. And if they got a bigger boat and there was a kaiju, they wouldn't have been fine.
Right, but they would have seen the kaiju coming from halfway across the world.
Yeah, but if it was coming from the ocean?
Yeah.
That's the worst thing that could ever happen to me. I look down, there's a giant kaiju mouth coming right up at me.
But I'm just saying, you're going to know that's coming from halfway across the ocean, whereas Jaws, you're going to know when he gets blipped on the fish finder.
I'm going to Beowulf those beasts and chop myself out of its eyeball. And then when I'm on top of it, I'm going to go, Hoffmeyer!
But wait, but then we're relying on a Kevin Costner Sea Eater situation where when it swallows you, it happens to do it in a way that doesn't harm you at all.
Yeah, like the massive fall and drop, and when it swishes me down into its guts and starts swimming, I'm fine.
I mean, and plus people are getting squished around in there, and then this big beast is moving around. Like, I imagine that, like, you get pretty beaten up in there. It's got to be hold your breath.
Yeah.
In there. Boy, that's a disgusting thought. You could drown in sea beast bile. Oh my God, that's dark. You could. What a horrible way to die.
That is really bad. Yeah, because then wait, I can't escape. I'm just gonna become bones and gross stuff because of stomach acid.
It would be terrible. So, it's like when John Lithgow got regurgitated by the anaconda and his skin was a little melty.
Oh, it's nasty. So, I guess it just depends where you're at. I guess the boss kaiju is the biggest threat, but if you meet the merman somewhere, he's going to kill you too.
I mean, if you're on land, again, you see him coming a little bit, but you're injured, so it's just going to drag its way to you and take you out.
That'd be worse. I would rather be killed by a kaiju than have a merman catch up to me and kill me.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that the merman is going to be a slower death.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
He's not sawing you whole. He's like gnawing off your hand.
It's like, how would I rather go? Hey, what happened to Mark? He was out on a boat and a kaiju swallowed him whole and his body melted due to the stomach acids.
Right.
Or what happened to Mark? Broke his leg, crawled from a merman for 2 miles screaming because when they found him, his vocal cords were done. He then was eaten crawling and the thing worked its way up his leg. There's bite marks from his leg to his neck and the thing just tore his throat out.
I mean, and the merman was specifically taking its time, almost like it was at a Shoney's buffet, and it wanted to get its money's worth out of it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, oh gosh, the larger threat. If you have a broken leg, it's the merman. From Captain
Poor guy.
Woods.
I don't want to die to a merman. That sounds terrible.
All right. The second. Oh, hey, go for it.
I guess the real question is the larger the creature, the larger the threat. Wrong. Smaller, meaning a bigger threat? Wrong. Whichever is the closest to the size of a merman. That is the biggest threat.
That's the biggest threat. Because if your leg's broken, you're in trouble.
Poor Bradley Whitford.
What a great gag. All right, so the next one is from Boston John again, who's never asked us a question before. These are his first questions. What is the deadliest coast or ocean / or location?
You know, just because of my Facebook feed, I'm going to say that, like, the South Asian Pacific, because every now and then, like, there are these articles that go around of, like, these weird new deep sea species that are discovered when they're washed up after a typhoon. And, like, you see these things and they look like these, like, zombie gar things. They're just terrifying organisms.
They are the stuff of nightmares.
Dude, I'm serious. And like the blobfish, if anyone's listening, look up blobfish. It looks like Ziggy, the comic strip character is melting, like he was partially digested when it's out of water, because it's just such a low density body type and it just like shrivels. But like that's how they discover the blobfish, these weird like hagfish relatives. There's terrifying crap in the ocean.
Horrible.
This has nothing to do with kaijus at this point, or Godzilla or Mothra or all those other giant baddies. I'm just saying, like, there's some weird stuff in there that is just like 30 pounds that terrifies me, that actually exists on Earth right now.
And then you have Godzilla and all those kaiju.
And them.
Right?
Yes.
I guess they're by the Sea of Japan. Where did Godzilla come from?
Well, presumably somewhere near Japan, because they were the first ones to notice it for the first 10 movies. Like, it took a long time for Godzilla to show his face anywhere near a coast of the U.S.
I mean, like, I guess like Boston and Amity had the sharks. And
slightly smaller.
And then you have, you know, like by Costa Rica, there's like the deep blue sea area. But I think you're right. I think you nailed it.
You know what else you might have by Costa Rica now?
What?
You might have a Mosasaurus.
Goodness. Just sitting in a tank, eating free food. That Mosasaurus doesn't do crap. It just is like, don't mind if I do. Wait, this guy became McConaughey. Hey, man. There's a T-Rex.
Mosa Mechanosaurus.
Mosa Mechanosaurus, baby. There's a T-Rex and my cage got wrecked, so I can just eat this T-Rex. Oh, hey, who's this nanny? This nanny's in my cage. Oh, who's this bird? I'll eat him too.
I feel like you've lost it.
Oh, man.
You've gone delirious.
Hey, they're bringing me my shark again. I'm just gonna eat it. I'm a laid back Mosasaurus. He is. He doesn't have to hunt. He gets everything fed to him.
Right. By pterodactyls.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is
dragging inept nannies.
I mean, this is beautiful. All right, so the next one is Boston John again. What is the ideal weapon to fight sea creatures? Blade, explosives, fire, or electricity? So, if you think, this is a good question. Because in Deep Blue Sea, right, he stabs the shark with a cross that he uses as like a blade. Then, the last shark is blown up. There's another shark that gets lit on fire from an explosion in the kitchen. And then another one attacks Saffron Burrows, and she electrocutes it. So all four go down, but the main part, I would say there's fire. Explosives and fire seem to be pretty good. Jaws got blown up. Actually, the second Jaws got killed by electricity, and the fourth Jaws got speared by a boat.
That was ridiculous when it got speared by... It got swordfished.
It did. You know what? A lot of these I'm looking at these sea beasts, right? I'm thinking, like, a lot of them are underwater, so you can't really use that on them. But I don't think a harpoon's gonna work. I mean, harpoons have worked in the past, but I'm just going with straight up explosives and fire.
I mean, I say whatever you can make the creature accidentally swallow.
Yeah, there we go.
Like if it's a big electrical thing in Jaws. If it is Kevin Costner himself in Waterworld, if you can get it to swallow something, that's going to be its demise.
An oxygen tank.
But this works for other things too. Like if you get an alien with impenetrable skin to swallow Drax, that's not going to be good for Drax.
Yep.
Right? I mean, just the way it goes. And then what is it? Oh no, I was going to say Rain of Fire, but it just got hit in their little weird sweet spot, I think, under the chest, right?
Well, those dragons got sweet spots.
That was just like made up. That was very Beowulfian. It's like it's soft right here. It's magically weakest here, and he just like reached in and grabbed its heart.
How do we know this? We know it.
It was written in a very old book. Because the script said so.
By McConaughey Mosasaurus. So what are you thinking? I like anything that it could eat.
Yeah, I'm going with that. Yeah, if you can get it to swallow something, that's basic. I mean, that and Jaegers. But the Jaegers really don't have a great track record against sea beasts.
Yeah, they seem to use their weapons, their best weapons, at moments when audiences would cheer as opposed to practice.
Jaegers versus Kaiju is like watching a Final Four basketball game where the score is 120 to 120, and then the buzzer hits, and it's 123 to 120. And it's like, so 120 Jaegers were destroyed to kill 123 kaijus. And that's a very expensive price to pay to end the kaiju war.
That's very expensive.
That is all of our resources. Like, you can't even have a Ford Fiesta anymore because we used all the metal on those Jaegers.
What about a Jaeger bomb?
Like, you turn the Jaeger into a munition.
No, you get it drunk.
Okay, you meant actually like a college Jaeger bomb.
You're basically like, hey, I can't kill it, and I'm in a college town. What do I do? Where?
Well,
and you go, where is it? It's in the sewers. I'm like, is it swimming in the sewers? Okay, where's it coming? North? Dump all the Jaeger we have into it. So by the time it gets to us, it's drunk, it's yelling,
right.
It's calling its parents, it's cargatoed.
Sea beasts can't drink the water around them because it won't hydrate them because it's salt water. So if you dehydrate them from too much alcohol consumption, they are screwed.
I think we got it.
They are screwed. It's like salting a slug.
And you watch Evolution, they use all that Tide, so why can't you get a bunch of Jaeger?
Wait, no, the Salson Blue.
Yeah, and remember that awesome sea beast that ran out of the golf course and ate that guy? And that lady's like, somebody ate Larry!
That's a movie that we probably need to do an episode on one day.
I think the relationship between David Duchovny and Orlando Bloom is amazing. And I love that Julianne Moore, an Oscar-winning actor, is falling all over the place. And I'm always down for Sean William Scott and Dan Aykroyd.
Like, Orlando Jones and Duchovny, they got along so well that you'd think that they were telling drunk fart jokes together for decades before they made that movie.
Yeah, they were awesome. Hey, John, I need some ice cream.
No, it's for my ass.
Yeah, what flavor? No. Watch Evolution if you haven't. It's amazing.
Oh, God.
All right. So speaking of evolution, this next question is from Will, and it is, what sea beast would you like to see turned into a land beast?
I had so much trouble with this question because I didn't want to pick a sea beast that had ambulatory capabilities. So I kind of thought of the Clash of the Titans Kraken, which was like this titan that had this big, like, muscular upper body, but then this, like, lower body of tentacles. And I'm just imagining, because it's so huge and heavy, like a kaiju, but then if you put it on land, it just shrivels like an octopus under its own weight, because it's not built to support that weight on land. And so it's just sluggishly dragging itself along like a Medusa or something with the snake body.
Like a merman.
But then if you come to it, it's just going to whip those tentacles around and lay waste to everybody. But if you just like get some helicopters and drop napalm on it, it's done.
Yep. Unless you're the helicopters in movies that fly within.
They always go within reach. Yeah. It's like there's some reason they have to be within reach.
I knew immediately what I was picking. The Sea Eater from Waterworld.
Oh, so it's like in a Tremors sequel where it has legs.
So when Kevin Costner finds land and he's like, yeah, I punk everything out in the water. And he's sitting there one day, he's hanging out on land, he turns a corner. He can't run all fast, he has no special powers, he has this stupid spear gun in his round. The Sea Eater, the nephew of the Sea Eater is just waiting for him. It's like, yo, we're on land now. You don't got your tricks. Put up your dukes.
Do you think that the Mariner's webbed feet confer him any advantage to catching sand between his toes when he sprints and thrusts forward on the beach?
I think that's more territory to step on shells with.
Oh, that's true. He could cut it.
Yeah.
He could get infected.
Yeah. And he's not, he doesn't have those powers. So this Sea Eater's like, listen, you came into the sea and killed me. I'm gonna come on land and kill you. And Costner's all like, I'll be right back. He tries to run away. Because no cameras are on him. He doesn't have to act tough. He's not grumpy. He's living the island life. He's gotten soft like Jimmy Buffett.
Wait, is there a bar there? Like, is he getting boat drinks and stuff? With mango juice and rum?
He is boat drinking.
I mean, the problem with boat drinking, though, they hit you hard and you didn't know it because all that sweet fruit juice and you're in the sun.
Yeah.
So when you get up, like, you think you're not that drunk. You're like, whoa!
So wasted Kevin Costner's going to come across the Sea Eater and get eaten. Just
stumbling in the sand.
See you later.
Like trying to run up a dune uphill.
See you later, Costner.
No good. He had it coming after what he did to that sea beast cousin.
Yes, he did. All right, we are on to the second round.
And, for anyone who's just joining in, our whole previous podcast, we did the whole first round of about 16 sea beasts facing off.
8 sea beasts moved on.
8 sea beasts move on.
All right. So second round, the Merman from Cabin in the Woods versus Smart Sharks from Deep Blue Sea. People can be they're not going to expect this from me. They're not going to expect this answer.
They're not going to expect it?
Nope. Because I love Deep Blue Sea, but
we love the Merman.
Yeah. And the reason I love the Deep Blue Sea Sharks, but the reason they're not moving forward is because there's 3 of them. And they fail. They do a great job. They trick people. They turn a science vessel into a swath of murder and destruction. But in the end, they die.
They turned a gurney into a Jaws 3D infiltration device.
Ooh, nice.
They did a great job. They created a great anti-smoking campaign against Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, listen, I love these beasts. I love that their whole. And if you read my post, it's called "Diving into the Deep Data of Deep Blue Sea." I tracked the movements of Stellan Skarsgård while he was in the mouth of a shark while he was attached to a gurney with oxygen on his mouth. And I love that. That was a lot to say in one sentence. And I love that they took down the place. I love that they got themselves caught, bit off a dude's arm. But, they're very smart, but they made some kind of bozo moves that really cost them victory. So at the end of the day, I don't know. I think
well, it's like you said, there are 3 of them. So we're listing the accomplishments of 3 separate sharks. So any one shark isn't really that accomplished. Whereas the Merman, much more accomplished on an individualistic basis.
Yeah, I would say so, because he accomplishes his mission.
He eats a dude's face, and those 3 sharks, what do they each eat? One dude's face?
Yeah, if any faces.
If that's right, because Saffron goes with her shark. Cool J kills his shark. Who dies? Samuel L. Jackson dies. Stellan Skarsgård dies.
Catches a shark between her legs.
That wasn't very nice.
That was horrible.
It's not that many people.
Rappaport eats it pretty quickly.
But these are giant, super intelligent sharks, and they're killing at best 1.7 people per shark.
Yeah.
It's like 1.7 PPS.
And there's
people per shark.
I just think there's 3 of them, and so they were very, very, very successful, but they couldn't finish the mission.
If there were 3 Jason Voorhees, his kill count wouldn't be very high in those movies.
That would explain his teleporting.
That's right. That's why he needs to do it. Oh my God, Jason was pulling a Prestige the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
He was like triplets.
Maybe that's mom had 3 kids just to be ready for those attacks.
Well, apparently mom had at least 2 kids, which was revealed in Jason Goes to Hell.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was so stupid. They gave him a sister.
Oh brother.
They gave him a sister in the 9th installment of the franchise. Because it was said that only a Voorhees can kill another Voorhees. And so they had to give him a sister.
Wait, so there's actual Voorhees curses?
Because they made him a Deadite.
Oh, yeah.
They made him a Deadite. They made it so his mother apparently was looking in the Necronomicon. They made it so there was a whole other sibling that we never heard about in all those movies. And that the sibling had a daughter, so Jason had a niece. It was very elaborate.
Do you think Jason could be considered a sea beast because he spent so much time underwater?
Well, even though most of the time he's in the lake, they totally made up some BS in Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, where there was a waterway that connected it to the bay. And he made it into, like, the coast of New York. So he's been in salt water.
So he could technically be a beast of a man in water.
In seawater. In salt water.
So he is a sea beast if he got unleashed in the sea.
He's at least a seasonal sea beast.
Seasonal sea beast.
He migrated like a crocodile going to mate into a different body of water.
I like this a lot.
Jason's totally a sea beast now. He's definitely an aquatic beast.
I mean, yeah.
At times. Well, then again, the water is what's always killing him. Maybe that's not fair, but he does migrate his way in the water in part 8 into the, whatever it is, the intercoastal.
He's like a large crab that just walks on the bottom of the ocean.
I'm still very annoyed by the fact, though, they said that there was a waterway connecting this, like, damn near Pine Barrens camp to the New York intercoastal. Like there's some sea tunnel covering 100 miles.
They yada that movie, didn't they?
That was super yada. It is even more less. I'm sorry, it's less yada though than Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh gosh.
With his sister and his niece.
Deadites.
And the Deadites.
All right. Speaking of Deadites, I got a question for you here.
Speaking of Deadites,
it has nothing to do with Deadites, but it is from Dylan, and Dylan and Deadites, they both have D, so that works. What do you think? D and D?
Dirtbag D of the Deadite. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, since from Dylan. And he asked, what is the greatest movie song that directly references the plot of the movie?
Well, I think he said this because of Deep Blue Sea, but I'm really tempted to go more with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which are somewhat aquatic.
I mean, they could be in the water.
I mean, those Ninja Turtles, though, when Vanilla Ice is in TMNT 2, that is, The Secret of Those, when the Vanilla Ice is explaining what the Turtles do, like, I thought that was pretty cool. And then he's saying, go Ninja, go, rooting them on. Like, wasn't the fight with Toka and Razor almost mixed into that performance?
Yeah, I mean, they basically, it looks like they rehearsed it all before.
I mean, yeah, they were doing the dance, and then they were, like, fighting their evil snapping turtle.
Here's the deal, man. Deepest, bluest.
Your hat is
like a shark fin.
I mean, that's a great song.
Like, I like LL Cool J a lot. I don't know what led them to recording that song.
Maybe it was a part of his movie deal.
Yeah, you're right. Because he also did a song for Halloween H2O called Knife Salesman.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Oh, I made that up. But that's good. I checked it.
I was going to look for that in iTunes.
He's a knife salesman. He's knifey. Just stabbing everyone out. He's a stab house? Like,
would you go with Deepest Bluest or the Deep Blue Sea song?
Oh, yeah, because
that's your pick. Okay.
I cleaned movie theaters to that song so many times.
You know, I really want to say Ghostbusters, but Ghostbusters had nothing to do with anything aquatic.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're sticking with it, right? So, I mean, I like that you brought up Ninja Turtles. That's a very good song, but I just like Deep Blue Sea better.
Deep Blue Sea, yeah.
I mean, his hat is like a shark fin.
It's more fun. Like, I can sing that easier as an adult.
And if you sing that, someone's going to look at you and go, yeah. Like, they're
going
to know.
Oh, right, that movie with that guy.
Yeah, they're going to be like, it's like a Fight Club. People just know what you're talking about, even though they don't talk about it. All right. The next question is from Meg. And who are your favorite CBs from animated movies?
I had so much difficulty with this.
Really? Well, Bruce from Finding Nemo, the weird one-eyed CBs from Kubo and the Two Strings?
I didn't even remember that. I only saw the movie once.
What about the Tamatoa from Moana?
I never saw Moana.
It's Jermaine Clement from Fly the Conchords, and he sings.
Well, I already like it because of that.
He sings a song called "Shiny." Oh, it's amazing.
I had immense difficulty with this. Like, the only thing I could think of was the big anglerfish from Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah, that guy was creepy.
Remember when Dora sees the little light? She's like, "Oh, look at you! You're an adorable little lady thing," whatever she says. And then, like, it lights up the hagfish's or the anglerfish's face, and it's like this giant nightmare fuel creature. Like, that was pretty cool. I like that scene. And then I thought of one that wasn't even from a movie, but the Snork Eater.
The what now?
The Snork Eater.
Snork Eater?
Yeah, from the Snorks.
I never watched the Snorks.
The Snorks were like aquatic Smurfs, and they were afraid of the Snork Eaters, But once when they were being chased by Snork Eaters, then came the Snork Eater Eaters that eat 3 Snork Eaters in one bite.
This is very literal.
No, it's a Snork Eater. Like, if you look up Snork Eater, you will probably find a picture or a clip of this creature cartoonishly opening its mouth to eat 3 Snork Eaters at the same time that were in pursuit of Snorks.
Oh my goodness. I like that one.
But it's not from a movie. I don't know if they made a Snorks TV movie, and if they did, I'm not sure if Snork Eaters made the cut of the movie.
For me, it's got to be those one-eyed beasts that Beowulf kills in an animated movie. Because they're massive, and he murders 3 of them, he rips them to shreds, and then he busts himself out of his eye, and he yells his own name. Just any beast that can provide that moment, I like.
I'm mildly upset that Gerard Butler was not the voice of Beowulf.
Yeah, I liked Ray Winstone, but Gerard Butler should have been murdering sea beasts. Alright, so, next, Eric. This has actually a piggybacking one, is why was Tamatoa from Moana so ornery if he already had so much treasure? Wouldn't he be happy? So in Moana, Jermaine Clement is this crab who has tons of treasure, and it's shiny, so he loves shiny. Think of him as a Smaug, but a giant crab. And then The Rock and Moana have to battle him. But he gets a massive song where he's like, shiny. It's amazing. So, I have a question. Why are Smaug and these creatures so angry when they have a lot of treasure?
Well, I think that it's just that a lot of villains in literature and film have some kind of an obsession and not just a drive. Almost like a flaw. And I think that that's like this Tamatoa's and Smaug's flaw is that they're obsessed with it. And you have Gollum, who is fixated on his ring. He doesn't just want it because he knows he has the knowledge of its power. He literally falls apart into anxiety when he's separated from it. So I think these are fixations, they're obsessions, they are weaknesses, and they are character traits.
See, that's good.
It's too thoughtful.
Scientific. That's too scientific.
It's far too rational to be an answer to a listener question. Mark, save me from rationality.
I just think they built their treasure just by being greedy. They didn't share a lot. They go out to dinner with other dragons. They make the other dragons buy them food, even though they have tons of treasure. And eventually they just pushed everyone away. And because of that, they pushed everyone away, like Daniel Plainville in There Will Be Blood. Actually, he was happy then. But they have no one else to hang with. People are always trying to steal from them. They just want to relax. And people keep bothering them. I'd be annoyed if I'm chilling in my treasure that I worked my lifetime to accumulate, and some punks come in and bother me. I'm going to be pissed, and I'm going to smush them.
That's an interesting perspective, because Smaug probably feels that by his draconic ways that he earned all that treasure.
Yep.
And then so when everyone's coming trying to reclaim their treasure back, he's just viewing it like he's the victim. He's the one being burgled.
That's right. And yeah, I mean, he earned that. I mean, he took that treasure over. He's accumulated it. He likes to swim in it. So
he's just Scrooge McDucking it.
Yeah, and people bother him. They're always trying to get that. They're always trying to get me Lucky Charms. They're always trying to take that stone from him.
It seems that if people were not trying to steal that treasure, he would continue to sleep for several human lifetimes, and he would not have raided that village. I don't remember the plot perfectly, but I mean, was he not? Did he not emerge in a rage to go get that village? Wasn't that why he went and burned down that town?
Yeah, he just wanted to prove a point. He's like, you guys stole from me, I'm going to go blow this place up.
Right, but if they just didn't try to steal from him,
yeah, nothing would happen.
Everyone in that village would have been fine. So really, it's all those little short races are dwarves and our hobbit that are at fault here.
Yep, they caused Lake Town to be destroyed.
They are the villains of the desolation of Smaug.
I would be ornery.
They should call it the bullying of Smaug, and then Smaug rises up, and then unfortunately he eats it.
And call it Moana Bothers Tamatoa. That's the name of the movie, not just Moana.
I mean, these poor things are just being bothered.
Yeah, leave them alone. Like Daniel Plainville.
I mean, the dragon has his treasure. He's done. He's happy. He doesn't even have room for more treasure. He filled the whole place.
And he's happy. Let him be. Why you gotta take it? Why you gotta take stuff?
These poor treasure hoarders.
That's right. All right, speaking of treasure hoarders, this kind of applies because we have the jet ski sea beast, aka the Octolus from Deep Rising, versus the zombie sharks from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. And pirates, they hoard treasure or rum.
And in the jet ski Octolus hoarded digested human bodies.
Yes, exactly. It was a lot of digested bodies.
It was like a big bloody lair. Like instead of Smaug's gold, it was like bloody skeletons. It was like if you paused on the Event Horizon scenes.
Yeah, and you just let that thing be and suck all the juices from people, he'd have been fine. The Octolus, he or she.
If you just let it eat all those people.
Well, already.
And then the zombie sharks were almost like treasure themselves.
Yeah, I mean, if you had these on your side, you're going to win. But they didn't win. And I think the problem is, I watched this scene again just for some reference, and Johnny Depp easily manipulates one of them. He basically uses it like a jet ski as a visual gag to get away from the pirates, which is cool. And I love these sharks, but they don't bother you unless they're sent after you.
Well, it's like Smithers, release the hounds.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, their introduction, though, is great. But yeah, they are just like a tool. But when he releases those things while they're trying to escape in their little rowboat, like when they are coming at you, like I thought it was really engaging. These like ravenous, giant, undead piranha-like things. Like it was an energizing scene. But yeah, they were just attack dogs. They were like Chopper in Stand By Me.
I don't think they were very good at their mission, though. Because they just had to attack a little boat.
Well, they just get released, though. It's like it's like loose the chain, and then they just scramble at you like a pit bull that's almost running sideways at you.
Yeah, they're not really thinking.
Yeah, they were really cool, but yeah, like I don't see them defeating the Deep Rising Octolus.
And they lost points because Johnny Depp used one of them to foil Javier Bardem.
Sure, no one was using that Octolus. It was just straight up wholesale eating everybody.
Yeah, if you try to use that Octolus to propel your boat, it's just going to suck all your juices and spit you out on the other skeletons.
That thing was mean.
All right, so moving on to the next. We have the telepathic cousin shark from Jaws: The Revenge versus the Kraken from Pirates of the Caribbean. I put Dead Man's Chest. And I think the Kraken is probably one of my favorite looking sea beasts ever. But what kind of breaks my heart about it is Davy Jones is told to kill it, so he kills it, and then it's found dead on a beach. So
that was sad.
Yeah, it's like this mythical creature, and they're like, it's just a pet, kill it.
It had so much mythology built up too, with the chest and everything, and just.
He's like, yeah, just kill the Kraken. You're like, what? Oh, because he had his heart, right? He had Davy Jones' heart.
Yeah.
And then so he made him kill the Kraken.
At the same time, though, man, that Kraken, it looked awesome. We talked about it in part one of our Sea Beast podcasts. But I mean, there's this one scene though where at the end where it's about to swallow Johnny Depp and it roars. Yeah. I don't know why this aquatic thing needs to be able to roar, but it roars and so much like thick, viscous muck is just jettisoned over onto Jack Sparrow. It was just delightfully disgusting. And it was a really like grinning moment for me.
Oh, it's hilarious. And it made me respect it more because I feel like it has a sense of humor.
and then for some reason Jack Sparrow jumped into it, which was maybe a little dumb.
And then he popped into some different world and then the Kraken was killed.
Yeah.
I mean, both of these beasts went down kind of cheeky, but I don't know. It just made me sad, and I just don't think I can let a sea beast win that's just a pet that can be killed on a whim.
Yeah. And those telepathic sharks, I mean, telepathy is quite a power.
Yeah.
Like they were pulling some crazy locating Jason Bourne shit.
I mean, this thing is yeah, I mean, it's magic. And the fact that its family didn't have any of those powers makes it even more impressive.
It swam like 1,400 miles.
Do you think it was like a new mutant? You know how they get treated? Like Jessica Jones and all those people, they get found in a lab. Do you think someone took this shark when it was little?
I mean, I want to see that origin story. Oh, wait, is that origin story just Deep Blue Sea and there was a fourth shark that we never saw in the movie because it just left? It was smart and it just left?
Holy shit.
Like, what if you just added one line of dialogue to the beginning of Deep Blue Sea? Oh, we raised the fences higher, not because they kept trying to jump out, but because, or not because one almost escaped once, but because one did escape. And it was that shark. And Deep Blue Sea is actually a prequel. It is really Jaws part 2.5.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then that shark makes its way and finds Lorraine. Is that who it was?
Wait. What if they found the dead shark and they're like, this is a telepathic shark? So they started doing tests on that brain. And the person who tested the brain was the mom of Saffron Burrows, who later became a scientist and raised those sharks.
It's all deadly.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Either
all
a
deadly.
prequel. Let's make it a prequel and a sequel. I'd watch both of them.
It's almost like one of those weird Scorpion King releases.
All right, so speaking of releasing, this is a question from Dave who asks, who actually releases the Kraken? I mean, is there a guy sitting at a desk next to a cage waiting for Zeus's phone call?
Well, so, I mean, there was.
And I kind of made a joke about this, right?
Rick.
Yeah, Rick. I think it's Rick the Kraken Keeper.
Well, so how long was Rick just sitting there waiting to pull that lever if that was the case?
Well, they're immortals, right?
I mean, really it's Poseidon.
Yeah. But
Like,
I mean,
so it's
Poseidon doesn't want to be waiting near a place to release the Kraken. You know what I mean?
I think that Rick was on his lunch break the one time they called to release the Kraken in centuries, and that's why Poseidon had to go down there in 1981 and release that Kraken.
Because, yeah, I bet you Rick was like, hey, I've been down here for millennia. I am going to take a break, stretch my legs. They call for the Kraken. He's gone.
I've accumulated hundreds of weeks of annual leave. And I'm going on vacation.
You know, he was kind of a screw up, Rick was, but since he had been sitting there for millennia, he kind of got his stuff together, and he began to really hate the job that he had watching this release. All he had to do was really, like, open a garage door.
You know something weird about that Kraken? In what was it? In the remake of Clash of the Titans, the one that was just from 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
The Kraken has the tentacles, right?
Yeah.
It still has the tentacles, even though they made it look more like a rancor with a tentacle lower body. When it swims in the remake, it swims tentacles first. Which makes no sense whatsoever. There's no aerodynamic whatever argument for it. Its tentacles are just almost straight ahead of it as it is released and it comes to the water's surface.
I mean, that's just what it does. It's the Kraken.
That's just weird.
Do you think Rick was working with them on his swimming and did that to annoy all of them? Do you think that Kraken could have moved faster, but Rick was like, hey, swim like this. This is how you do it.
This is going to piss Poseidon off so bad. I'm going to get him good.
Hey, Kraken, swim like this.
And then the Kraken comes out when Poseidon's covering for Rick on his rare vacation, and he sees that thing come out tentacles first. He's like, what the hell? Oh, Rick and his shenanigans.
Rick is chilling on an island somewhere laughing,
having boat drinks, watching Kevin Costner drunk stumble to his death to a now ambulatory running sea eater.
I bet you he gave the Sea Eater powers to go on land. Rick did, because he's somewhat of a guy.
He kept buying the Mariner drinks to get him drunk, so he'd look like a fool running from that Sea Eater on the sand. And the sand was hot. They were in the shade, and it was midday. And he knew that when he started running without his flip flops, it would be hot.
He's cutting his feet, and he's getting burnt.
Once you take 5 steps and you start to feel it.
And so. The next question is, does he get bored on his job? Does Rick get bored on his job? And that's from Dave. And I bet he does. And that's why he taught the Kraken to swim the wrong way. He probably he gave the Sea Eater legs.
So what is Rick's job description other than pulling the lever to release the Kraken? And perhaps also going to recollect the Kraken after it lays waste to a town? Like, is he the Deuce Bigelow aquarium cleaner of the Greek seas?
He probably releases the ogre. He probably releases the volcano monster. There's probably
So
like a
is-
hallway of 10 monsters, and he's just on call.
He's like the Benicio del Toro collector from Guardians of the Galaxy with all these weird creatures.
And he just has to hit a button.
But he's the zookeeper, though. He's not like the guy in charge.
No, he's definitely not the zookeeper. But
He's the Draco Malfoy of Rise of Planet of the Apes.
he was a general in the God Wars. But
That sounds like a big job.
he really blew it.
That's
And so
if
there
you
are
blow it. Wait, if you blow it, does the whole pantheon of gods, are they dead?
well, there was a bunch of different generals. See, he was supposed to watch the right flank, and he did not watch. He got outflanked. Actually, he actually ended up on the left flank, which surprised the people on the left flank because they're like, "Hey, I thought you were supposed to be on the right flank."
It
All the
was
while-
because of his bad job that we never heard of the Greek god Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve went down there.
Yeah, like that. A lot of gods we'll never hear about because of Rick's mistake.
Like Steve was the Greek god of unemployment and couch surfing.
Yeah, and so they're like, so they're like, all right, Rick, we can't get rid of you because you're family. You're gonna go down and watch these beasts. And so he's capable. If you tell him to release, he did good at his job. He loved it. He got really good at playing basketball. He was like Michael Fassbender in Prometheus. He could throw basketballs in the hoop while riding around on a bicycle. He probably created several species of sea beasts.
Like the Octolus.
Yeah, the Octolus. Yeah, he was probably responsible for him. I
Like
think,
the host.
Yeah, the host creature. Rick, he's kind of like the Rancor Keeper. He doesn't like sending his children out because they always get killed. And sometimes they grow up and they're like, leave me alone, Rick. You blew the big war. That's why you're here. You'll never be anything else. And then the CVs leave him. Which is really terrible to say to Rick. But, yeah, I mean, Rick gets bored. Rick reads the paper. He reads the God Times, chiseled in stone.
Is it dismissive to Poseidon's duties that he was just totally able to cover for Rick and go pull that lever?
No, because while he was down there, he also, because he didn't know which cage it was, so he let everything loose. And, the Kraken went to where it was supposed to go.
Wait, he pulled a Cabin in the Woods finale? He
Yeah.
just let it all out?
And he killed about 3/4 of the other gods because all those sea beasts getting out.
Because the merman got out.
Yeah. So he unleashed all these beasts that you're talking about. They're in the ocean. He unleashed them because he's like, which one is it? Boop, 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 boop. And let them all out. And after that
A couple
day,
technicians just get pale in the face.
and Poseidon was mad about the Kraken swimming funky, but he's like, I respect you, Rick. All right. So the next question's from Rob, and he goes, Rob Lamb of our podcast, and he goes, who would win in a tentacle fight, the Kraken from Pirates or the Octolus from Deep Rising?
I gotta go. It's tough to. The Kraken, I feel like, is a bit bigger, but the Octolus Kraken has spikes instead of suction cups and predator mouths at the end of each one of its tentacles.
Yeah, I mean, that Octolus, and they're smart, so they would just, while the Kraken's bigger and smarter, I think the Octolus would just kind of slowly.
It even has a mouth on every one of its tentacle ends, which makes for a very complicated digestive system. But it has a mouth there, so it could be like one of those snakes, a king snake that eats other snakes.
Yeah.
Like if it got the tip of the Kraken's tentacle in the tip of its tentacle, it would just be eating that tentacle. And as we saw in Deep Rising, a person was swallowed for like a minute or two, and they came out with half their head missing from digestive fluids. That movie was really gory.
Yeah.
I
think this Octolus has got it just because of its smart tentacles.
I mean, it's a little smaller, but I mean, I feel like it's the Achilles against Boagrius in the opening of Troy.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, that big Kraken's got it. And then the Kraken just gets laid waste.
And the Octolus likes to chill. from what I learned from Deep Rise, and just sit on the boat. So you call in the action, it stumbles over. It's like, this is stupid. Then he just kills the Kraken, and then goes back to chilling.
Pretty much. I mean, and in eating cruise leisurers. Was that a cruise ship? That was a cruise ship, right?
Yeah, people were just hanging out, drinking Mai Tais, getting their
It's like the movie
juice,
Poseidon, except everyone gets eaten and regurgitated as bloody skeletons.
just getting their juices sucked. All right, let's move on to the next battle here. We have the Open Sea Killer, a.k.a. the Long-Tongued Gooberfish from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, versus Sando Aquamonster, a.k.a. Rip Sea Beast from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Dude, it is a Phantom Menace showdown.
Yeah, and so one of these sea beasts was successful. However, I feel like the successful one just kind of got lucky.
It wasn't a fair fight. It was something that was the size of a kaiju versus something the size of a school bus.
And the Gooberfish had a good plan. And I don't know, I like the Sando. I do. I think he looks cool. But at the end of the day, it just reached out and grabbed something. Like, he just wrecked someone else's day. And I don't respect that.
Well, like, it was just engaging in ecology, basically.
Yeah.
Whereas the Gooberfish, that's like when you're a kid and you catch, I don't know, a couple lizards and you're holding them and you're a mean little kid, because apparently that's what I was when I was 10. And you
I don't want to hear this story.
And you make them fight each other. Or like when you get one of those big grasshoppers and a lizard and you make them fight each other. Or AKA make the lizard bite the grasshopper.
When did you do this?
Well, I was a 10-year-old once. So was my cousin, if he's listening. Like, we would do this stuff. You had lizard fight clubs? Dude, and a lot of kids do this with bugs. Like, you get like the stag beetles and you put them both in there and you just watch them fight.
I would get oh no, never mind. I'm not going. I was going to tell a bad joke. So, wait, what was your point with the lizards?
So, I don't know. No. Okay. So the Sando monster was just being a creature that happened to be eating another creature, and it was a totally unfair fight. It's like watching a whale defeat krill.
Yeah.
It's not fair. The size difference is too big. Whereas when it was the Gooberfish getting the ship, which was the aquatic ship that had intelligent people operating it, maneuvering it, it was more like a battle. Like, it was more evenly matched, even though that Gooberfish was a real threat.
That Gooberfish tricked Jedi.
it Gooberfish mind tricked them.
And so that's why it wins. That's why it doesn't live to see another day, but because of our criteria, and I think it looked cool, had a cool tongue, and it did more work, and the other guy was just lazy. And, I mean, he was in the right spot, right time. But I can't award that.
In all fairness, I liked watching the Gooberfish the whole time it was on screen, and I only liked the Sando Aquamonster for as long as it took for me to see how ripped its arms were.
I mean,
like 2 seconds.
It got lucky. It's basically like if a delicious cookie floated by my mouth and I just grabbed it and ate it.
It's like if one of those crocodiles with those dentist fish on it, or dentist birds on it, I don't know what they're called, that are picking its teeth, if it just decided that it was hungry and ate that bird and just closed its mouth.
That's a jerk move.
It's just too easy. Of course, then he's going to have gum disease because no bird is ever going to land there again.
I got to tell you, dude, life in this ocean of theirs is horrible.
A lot of things get eaten in the ocean.
Like, what? The Sando Aquamonster has to eat at least one of those a day.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? To maintain that bicep muscle mass, it's got to eat like one of those 6 times a day. It's like using the Rock's diet.
Poor Gooberfish.
Like, he's like, I use brown rice, not white rice, because I avoid the starchy carbs, and I eat 1 Gooberfish a day 6 times, and then one of my meals I have a Jedi.
And we got a really good question about this, actually. From William Francis, Billy Boyko, he wrote, who could do more push-ups, the sea monster from Phantom or Ivan Drago? I mean, that sea beast is pretty ripped.
Okay, I actually listed the pros and cons of each, and if you just give a point for each pro, they tie for me.
Now, I have a question. The Sando Aquamonster, it doesn't really have legs, so it couldn't really perch itself up, push itself up. Like, it doesn't have feet, so you can't do like a proper push-up. So it just be kind of laying there.
I assumed it had legs, but I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming it. So wait, bear with me here. Okay. So Sando Monster, right? It has proportionally very short arms, which means a shorter range of motion, which is an advantage to Ivan Drago, who's a tall guy who has proportionally longer arms. Advantage goes to Sando Aquamonster, right? But Sando Aquamonster is actually a giant. And Ivan Drago is only a giant relative to humans, which are tiny to the Sando Aquamonster. So advantage Drago. Now, the Sando Aquamonster is natural as far as I can tell. Whereas Ivan Drago, we saw him taking performance-enhancing drugs during the training scene in Russia.
Yeah.
So I want to say, like, for almost, I don't know how to weigh that. And then Ivan Drago is facing normal gravity, whereas the Sando Aquamonster is lifting itself in water.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's like, but it's even though it's huge, like, I don't know actually how to weigh this.
I think if it's in water and it's doing cheating push-ups, I'm going Sando Aquamonster all day. However, it's probably never done a push-up in its life. So it
doesn't have the muscle memory if it was timed, Ivan Drago.
Yeah, all right. Timed Ivan Drago, but in the water. I mean, Ivan Drago could do more push-ups in an hour than the Sando Aquamonster could do in a week because it's underwater, and it would take a long time to go up and down. So I just got to go Sando until it gets eaten by something bigger.
Yeah, I feel like we need more conditions for this contest. Like, I mean, we need to legitimize this competition.
That's right. We need rules.
You know what's funny? This actually reminds me of, I think it's from the 70s. There was this cartoon movie called The Animalympics. Do you remember this?
No, I've never heard of it.
And like you would have, but like, so for the diving competition, you would have a whale diving against like a seal.
Oh, brother.
And so it was animals in the Olympics. I think this is from the 70s.
Is it the same amount of height?
No, that was just it. It was like a diving board, and then like a sea otter or a seal dives, and then a whale dives.
The whale would have less room to maneuver, wouldn't it?
It just fills the pool. I don't really remember how that scene went. I just remember that it happened.
If I was a pool keeper, I'd quit.
This is like the Animalympics, and I'm sure they have a committee coming up with the rules.
Yeah. They must, if it's a governing body and it's an established event.
Like, and if we were to throw aesthetics into it, Ivan Drago's muscles get shiny when he sweats. Sando doesn't get that because he's always underwater.
Yeah, he's always sweating.
And if you take him out of the water, then he's losing. If you take him out of the water, he's not getting one push-up, that giant.
Yeah, he's just going to lay there and eat whatever's close to him.
Yeah, he's just going to slump down and just wallow like a beached whale. I don't think he can carry his own body mass out of the water.
That sounds terrible.
And Ivan Drago would just start working on his midsection. like once he got him out of the water, it was rope-a-doping him.
If he dies, he dies.
That's right.
All right.
Oh, Ivan, you cold as ice.
And the next question is from Meg, and we were talking about this, and this is in regards to my answer, but it's, what is your favorite background sea beast? And for me, that is for the sea beast from The Last Jedi, because you see a massive sea beast during The Last Jedi, and then you never see it again. It's massive, and it's gone. I'm like, I like this. I don't know what you are, but I like you.
So what's funny is that for me, it's one that really isn't a background sea beast. But when I first saw the trailer, and you remember how excited we were about this moment in the trailer for Jurassic World when we saw the Mosasaurus in it.
Yeah.
I just thought that thing was going to be remanded to its giant aquarium, which it basically was. It never left. But like, I just thought because it's in there, it's never going to be a real threat. And so to me, I just assumed that was a background beast until it actually happened. But I had trouble with this, by the way, with coming up with background sea beasts. Did you have others that came to mind? I was having difficulty. I mean, I'm sure there are numerous, but I couldn't think of them.
I just like this one.
This was challenging.
I mean, I like the shark from Ace Ventura. That was a pretty good sea beast. That was a good background one. The shark that ate him. That was like a background role. But no, I mean, I like this. For me, the perfect definition of this it was just, you see it and you're like, wait. And then it's gone.
Right.
You never see it again.
You know that it's in this world, and it creates a sense of menace, even though that it never comes to be realized as a danger.
Yeah. It's a good, perfect background beast. Last Jedi. Watch it. All right, so we're gonna watch that scene from The Last Jedi. We're gonna practice. I'm gonna fill up a bathtub and do some push-ups in there. You're gonna do a push-up on with no water. We're gonna kind of replicate that, and when we come back, we're gonna let you know who would win actually between Drago and the Sando Aqua Monster. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. We figured it out, John. We figured it out.
I already forgot what we were doing.
Here we go. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. We did the push-up challenge. I was in a bathtub. John was on land.
I love that you're our Swedish Drago, and I'm the sea beast.
No, I'm the. So who? Do you want to tell him the winner? Should we save it for the end of the pod?
It's almost like real life here, because I am rather plus sized, and while you are a menacing figure, you are slightly less plus sized. So I had a lot of difficulty with my push-ups.
Wait, but you were Drago in this instance.
No, I thought you were Drago.
No, I was in the bathtub. I was doing
I
bathtub
thought that you were
push-ups.
I thought you were just Dragoing in a bathtub.
Wait, what?
Well, you know, like after he fights, he's got to get in a bathtub to help his muscle healing.
I just figured fill it up. All right, I should have just said a run to the nearest lake.
So wait, I'm Drago? You're the Swede.
All right, welcome back. Wait, how about this? Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. We just sit down jogging. I mean, yeah, so I went to the nearest lake and I did a bunch of push-ups. And in the water, with my limited breathing, I can hold my breath for 1 minute, right? And in that time, I did 15 push-ups. So, I'm guessing Sando Aqua Monster wins.
Just because he can hold his breath longer.
Yeah.
I mean, if he holds his breath at all.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just a big marine amphibian.
That sounds like a song. Do they ever really hold their breath?
It's like a Beatles song.
Wait, if I held my breath, I'd run out of air?
I mean, it's anaerobic exercise.
You know, there's that songs like, if my heart was broke, I'd be dead.
That sounds like someone's final country album hit.
All right. So speaking of country album hits, we got our next question.
Speaking of country album hits, right?
From country music hits, we have a question from Zane, our good friend of the pod, and he asks, "Is Jaws a monster movie?"
Now,
Yes.
I understand this gets argued a lot. Are you saying yes?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I say no.
It's a monster movie, and it would have
Well,
been.
I think that it's a.
I guess
I just think it's a monster movie.
Either way you argue it, you're right. But I just think it's a movie about a giant shark eating people, and this shark is not acting in any way. Well, it is based upon a book, which is based upon a great white that did attack the Philly and Jersey Shore coasts during World War I time. So I still see it as a monster movie because this shark is more than just a shark. But it's still a shark.
I view it as a monster movie from the perspective of the people. And I think it's just a nature show from the perspective of the shark.
Interesting.
Like, it's just a lot of people splashing in the water that shouldn't be there, but the mayor from Jaws is an idiot.
You know, that actually
Right.
happened. That actually happened, though. During World War I, a great white shark had killed 2 people. And since it was prime time for people, they didn't close the beaches right away. So then that led to a couple more people dying. That's actually like a true story.
It sounds to me like the monster in this movie is the mayor.
So maybe it is a monster movie, but it's a mayor monster movie.
Right, the mayor's the monster, and Jaws just wears the mask of the monster.
If you're gonna categorize this film, though, if you have a blockbuster, you're putting it in horror, right?
I do, yeah.
And then would you put it under creature feature?
Well, if we're separating when animals attack from creature features, I'm putting when animals attack. But if it's not, then yeah, it's a creature feature.
Gotcha.
Some people do those nature goes wrong movies. They're very passionate about them being their own things. But like, I guess that's really just a subcategory of your creature feature.
It's like what did he call it? A World War II Gothic fairy tale?
Right, for Pan's Labyrinth. Didn't that have a few other descriptors? We talked about that like 100 podcast episodes ago. Oh my God, I might be accurate when I actually say that.
At least, yeah.
Like 100 episodes ago. For you new listeners, we have quite a backlog.
Yeah, I've listened to them all. But yeah, I mean, yes, it's a monster movie. And if someone had a better theory, I'd be like, cool. I still think it's a monster movie. But if I had to categorize it, like Nature Gone Wrong, though, is like, what is Ghost in the Darkness a monster movie?
So like I kind of think of that a little bit as that again, when animals attack turned into horror, but it's not necessarily so deliberate. But again, it's the perspective. Although I mean, the lions seem to be deliberately going for people, but also lions are stalkers. It's like, I gotta watch that movie again.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch that again, and then we'll come back to you with an answer about Jaws in a future podcast. Thank you, Zane. The next one's from Tom, and he goes, what happens to the alien at the end of life? Does it become a sea creature, or does it make its way to land, or does it get eaten by a shark?
I remember right after that movie was released, there were all these people, you know, these people who write these bogus articles with stupid titles just to get you to click it?
Yeah.
People were like, things you didn't know about this movie. It's actually a prequel to Venom.
Oh, yeah. Or like Cloverfield or something.
Right. They were trying to say like that thing is going to get a hold of Eddie Brock and then that's Venom. Some nonsense.
Wait, that thing didn't get onto the back of a moped and make Peter Parker turn into a dancing maniac.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
I love it. I love that evil symbiote. The worst thing it can do to Peter Parker is make him a slight jerk.
Boy, the only thing that would be worse than that is if they made an Indiana Jones after Part 4.
Like if Peter Parker was a god. Wait. Yeah, that'd be terrible. If Peter Parker was on that Event Horizon flight, like the devil's like, I'm gonna control you, he would just kind of be like, nah, but I'll be a jerk.
I'm just gonna do some snarky dancing.
Yeah, and the devil's like, what?
And Tobey Maguire's got his whoop face. So if this really came in, right, if this really lands and then we continue that movie, or if that's the beginning of another movie, I feel like one way or another, I don't know how, but one way or another, Earth is being reduced, like in the matter of a month, to like 1% of its population, and we're seeing some weird resistance or a few survivors.
It's like the Terminator?
Maybe like I don't know how it's taking over or how intelligent it becomes. Like, did we see the ceiling of its intelligence at the end of life? Like, but it totally turned into something else. It turned into that goo chrysalis, which made me think about the movie Species when it was, that kind of developmental stage.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that movie was trying to do. I love that closing scene with Jake Gyllenhaal, poor guy, like all with his face just coming apart into the goo. But like, I didn't know what to make of it other than I liked it. It's hard to say where that goes.
What would happen if it went into the Mosasaurus tank?
Oh, it's an extra dose of bad for Zara the nanny. I'll tell you that much.
Could the Mosasaurus eat that thing and the thing would be dead?
Right, or even if the thing tried to take over the Mosasaurus, it would have to sit in there eating that Mosasaurus for months.
Yeah, you're right. And then by the time
even after it ate Ryan Reynolds, it was dormant inside Ryan Reynolds for a while.
And you know what they could have done? They could fill up that pool with Jaeger
and dehydrate it to death.
Yeah. We just defeated the creature from life.
Just gonna pour a few megatons of Jaeger as like the Exxon Valdez is filled with Jaeger and we sink that thing in the Mosasaurus tank.
That's right. It would happen. All right, so the next one is Dave. And he goes, is Sigmund the sea monster really from the sea? Because I never saw him in the water. He's always on the beach.
I had to look this thing up. This creepy tentacle Muppet. What is this?
They just didn't have a budget for it, so they kept him on the beach.
It looks like it was made in a lab. It looks like almost SpongeBob weird.
So, I have a good buddy, and we used to call him Johnny Party. But he was the most quiet dude you'd ever meet. So I feel like Sigmund...
I met him.
Oh, yeah, you met... Yeah, Johnny Party's a chill dude. And I feel like Sigmund the sea monster... He's not a sea monster. That's just what they call him. You know what I mean? Like an ironic name.
He's a sea monster like Grover and Elmo are urban monsters.
Yeah, you're right.
Like he's just like a friendly, inhuman, sentient thing.
Yeah, and he doesn't go in the water. If he's never in the water during the show, then he doesn't go in the water.
He seems to be near the water a lot, but obviously they're worried about the fabric that makes him.
We only have one costume. Do not go in there.
That's right. We don't have the budget for extras. That's a weird creature. When is this show still airing? Like, I Googled this thing.
It was on from 75 to 78.
Oh, so it's before our time.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I was thinking, when was this airing? Because it looks so weird. I feel like I'd remember this.
So,
wow.
All right, so here it is. They have a friendly young sea monster who had been thrown out of his comically dysfunctional undersea family for refusing to frighten children. So they hide Sigmund in their clubhouse.
Wait, so he's a friendly monster, but he actually has a very sad backstory.
Yeah, his parents booted him out.
They kicked him out of the house because he wouldn't conform. That's like, boy.
And did you know?
That's not very nice at all.
Do you want to hear something interesting? Season 2.
I always do.
A light fell and burned most of the sets, so they couldn't really use much. So they really could never put it into the water because it had minimal sets and they couldn't get the costume wet. So it just became a cheaper show.
When you said that the light broke and everything caught on fire, I pictured Sigmund the sea monster like, on fire and all of a sudden looking terrifying.
On the actual set, the set was burned down, so they're like, crap. So the rest of it just became him chilling by the beach and doing minimal stuff because they couldn't get the creature wet because they didn't have enough money and they didn't have any sets.
That production story is almost as sad as his backstory.
This is a really no wonder Dave likes this show.
Dave, whatever Dave.
Whatever, Ragwood.
This is very
Did we
Dave.
ever mention Ragwood in the pod? I don't even know.
Probably the
that's
voice.
His nickname.
Well, we talked about the goblin with that voice.
the Salacious Crumb. That's right, episode 4.
Yep. So we worked with Dave at Comic-Cons for years and years and years, and this is one of his questions. So we actually might have a full podcast coming up with just his questions. That'll be fun. All right, let's move on. Third round, John. We're almost there. You excited?
All right, who's facing off?
The Merman from Cabin in the Woods versus Jet Ski Sea Beast.
That dude. That is one of those. That's such a tough. Like, I wouldn't even know where to put my money.
It loses to a jet ski, the Jet Ski Sea Beast.
I mean, yeah, but it had Treat Williams and Famke Janssen on that jet ski.
Treat Williams thought he looked awesome on that jet ski, and he's shooting elevator doors with a shotgun.
Everybody looks awesome when Famke Janssen has her hands around your waist.
Not on a jet ski.
Not on a jet ski.
You're going in a straight line going, yeah!
Didn't you have an entire podcast topic dedicated to this?
Yes, I did. And I mean, all right, so these sea beasts, there's like more than one of them. It resides in the depths of the sea and rarely surfaces. An epilogue at the beginning of the film indicates that ships from every era have mysteriously disappeared into the South China Sea, and that the creature is responsible. It has never been seen by man until now. So the thing got gluttonous. It should have left that cruise ship much earlier. It was done with all the bodies. It could have gone back to the ocean. But instead it's like, Instead, it's like, I'm going to nap.
It ate hundreds of people, and it's like, I'm getting those last 2 people.
Yeah, it's like, and then it got itself killed. So it became gluttonous. It just chilled on the ship. It probably ate so much it got stuck down there. So he didn't.
It couldn't get out of the ship anymore.
Yeah, so it's like, I didn't think this through. So it's stuck on this ship. It ate too many people. It stayed around too long. It got too greedy, and a jet ski killed it. So I like you. I think you still couldn't hold your arms up for that long, but you got too greedy, and a jet ski killed you.
And the merman moves on to the final.
That's right. How do you feel about that? You happy with that? Was my argument good?
I will acknowledge that the Octolus is it's a reckless eater. It'll eat anything, and clearly, yeah, its eyes got somehow bigger than its already gigantic mouth, and it ate itself into a bad fate. It's hard to want to root. It's so hard to want to root against the merman.
And it Pizza the Hutted itself.
I feel like the merman was due anyway.
Yeah, but Pizza the Hut ate himself to death, right? And then the big guy from Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, had a wafer thin mint and blew up. It's just another.
And he knew. He even said, "If I eat another bite, I'll burst."
Yep.
And then he ate it anyway.
So that's what happened in a jet ski one.
Just like that waiter taunted him, "It's just a wafer thin mint." That's how Treat Williams and Famke Janssen taunted him with that jet ski.
Yep, that was his wafer thin mint, and it killed him.
Famke Janssen, by the way, gorgeous woman, but I don't feel like there's a lot of protein on her for it. Like, she's very long. Like, I don't think that that's a good meal for him to be targeting.
I mean, he doesn't even need them.
He already has hundreds. I'll bet that if he just picked the leftover meat on those hundreds of bodies, there would be hundreds of pounds of remaining meat.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to go after these 2 and get killed by a jet ski.
He's that guy who recklessly, like, puts a rib in his mouth or a chicken wing and pulls it out and, like, half the meat's still on. And he's like, "Look how awesome I ate that whole thing," and throws it aside. And you're like, dude, you ate like half of it. You're not that good.
I could put those chicken wings into some broth, and I got soup. Some hot water, and I got... I could put those into some hot water, and I have broth.
He is wasteful. He should get, like, the children in Nigeria talk.
Yeah, get over yourself, Octolus. All right, let's move on. We're the Deep Rising people are listening. All right, so... Semifinals. One of these people will meet the merman in the final. So we have the telepathic cousin shark from Jaws: Revenge versus the open sea killer, aka the long-tongued gooberfish from Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. Now,
and finally, the gooberfish has worn its welcome.
Yeah, and I love. Oh no, gooberfish moves along.
Oh my goodness, sleeper cell! I didn't even predict that.
Yeah, the gooberfish is moving because. As much as I love the telepathic cousin shark from Jaws: Revenge, it speared itself to death.
It's hard to look cool when you spear yourself to death.
It could have gotten away. It did all this tracking, and then it's like, hey, I'm gonna let this woman ram me, and I'm gonna jump out of water to get perfectly rammed at the perfect time. So was this shark suicidal?
I mean, when you're as adroit a swimmer as a shark. Why would you ever do a head-on playing chicken anyway? You should be like, I have better maneuverability than my opponent. I'm going to do a quick angle and come in at the flank.
Yeah, you're right.
Instead, it pulled a Matthew McConaughey with an axe and jumped off of a tower at a dragon.
So, I mean, it did great work, John. And it hurts my soul to see this shark lose because it did great work, but it speared itself.
That gooberfish wouldn't spear itself.
No, it wouldn't. I mean, it took its eyes up. It got its prey. And that thing had been living in that horrible, horrible place for a very long time, and it got pretty big, so that means it was a very good hunter. Poor gooberfish.
Yep, it probably ate a lot of Jedi water ships.
Yeah. Oh, man.
To get that big.
Oh, my gosh. So we actually have a bunch of questions here from Adam and Rob in regards to the shark from Jaws. So Adam Clement asks, why does Jaws in Part 4 The Revenge roar?
Stupid screenwriting.
Yeah, I don't know why it does roar. I mean, you know what? Did you think it just got cocky? Do you think it was like, listen, I'm like a human GPS. I'm a shark GPS. I mean, the sharks in Deep Blue Sea made some dumb moves and they're cousins. Do you think it just took its eye off the prize and let itself get stabbed by a boat?
I don't know. I am bothered by that roar. It shouldn't roar.
Yeah. So, do you think someone in the editing bay just added that in there as a joke?
Like, really, it seems like it shouldn't have even happened. It should have just come out. There should have been dramatic or orchestral notes playing, and that would have been cool. And instead it roars.
So the next one is, can animals really take things personally and hunt down family members of the man who wronged them?
So, this actually comes back to, like, the animals gone wrong, or are they being deliberate? And, like, this actually, I think now the other side of the coin a little bit when I think of the Ghost in the Darkness. Like, yeah, they were stalking, but were they deciding to stalk? Or were they just looking at this as a prey source? Like, I look at that and I wonder, and Coco is signing. She can totally have a chat about not liking some people. And elephants are looking at reflections. I don't know. Maybe.
I think in regards to this movie, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this shark wanted revenge.
I think it can happen. I mean, I'm surprised that a shark could cognitively come up with that.
And this shark, the other question is, are we to assume that the shark after Jaws 1 are the offspring of the shark from Jaws 1 and they seek revenge? Or are they random outliers? But they have to be.
Or is it just another shark that's like, yo, I heard these people killed a shark. I now have a purpose.
Ooh. That's interesting. So do you think there's like a shark?
It's the Charles Bronson shark. It's the Death Wish shark.
You know when like they do that, when they always bring in like a hitman from another country? Like they call
when
it,
they Jason Bourne it?
Yeah, they Jason Bourne it and they call it like, they bring in someone. So this might have, I'm calling it the cousin shark. But I mean, this one really takes it personally.
Did the Jason Bourne assassins ever? I mean, they seem pretty invested sometimes, even when things were looking pretty bad for them. Like was the professor maybe a little overengaged in the Jason Bourne movies? Like, the codename the professor, like one of the killers. Like I don't know. There could be a little Jason Bourne angle going on here. The Jason Bourne movie is really based on the Jaws franchise.
I like the idea that it's a cousin, because it's just like, why are these people killing all my family? Right? And then it goes to an underwater temple in Tibet, and it learns how to have GPS, and it hunts them down.
I like that there is an underwater temple in Tibet.
Through the under-Tibetan waterways.
Or I don't know if there are any waterways.
Of course there are, John.
It's also elevated. It's just from snow melts.
You've never heard of the Snowmelt Mountains? Underneath the mountains?
The Snowmelt subterranean river.
So, I can't believe you don't know about this. Oh man, Jaws 5, that's what the plot is.
The Descent Part 3 will take place.
Alright, and we have 2 questions left and then we're getting to the final. So we have, the last one is also insane. A time when Hollywood franchise would write a story around an older female character, how to believe to Lorraine's credit she carries it well. I mean, that's true. It's the 4th movie in the series, and Lorraine gets to become the star. It's like Insidious.
And honestly, I mean, she and Roy Scheider were not young in the original.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you think about the heroes of the first Jaws,
they are not typical protagonists in any sense. So this franchise really kind of broke some, because even look, and when they got to, what was it? When they got to Jaws 3D, it was young folks. It was like a 20-something Dennis Quaid. They went more typical then.
Yeah, it was one of their kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I'm all for it. Too bad it was this movie. She and Lin Shaye should have teamed up. They need to do a time travel movie where they team up and fight a ghost shark.
That seems so appropriate, too, with Lin Shaye, our psychic, going in against the telepathic sharks. And maybe she talks to, like, the ancestor shark and the aquatic void.
In the Tibetan underground temple?
or some, like, what do they call it? Like, those super deep things that no one has ever explored, the something or other chasm or abyss, or I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, you're right. I like this movie.
That's where the aquatic further really is. It's down there.
All right. No aquatic further. And the last question is, if Quint from Jaws didn't die in Jaws, would the shark from Jaws 4 go after Quint or Brody family first? Well, Quint.
Yeah, I mean, there's just more skin in the game.
Yep. So it's like
it's like in the final. It's like the Final Destination movies. It has to go back and kill them in the order that they should have died.
Oh my goodness. So
and Tony Todd is there like telling Lorraine's grandchild about this.
So if Quint won, he kills the shark, then the fourth shark would have come back to hunt him. Oh my goodness. Oh no, wait. The second one, Quint would have died, and then the thing would have gone after Roy Scheider, then we have the rest of the movies. Oh my goodness.
It's like, gotta get him in order.
It's like Final Destination meets It Follows, meets Jaws. Is your mind?
It finally follows Jaws.
How scary would that be if the It Follows creature rolled the ocean on like a Jaws creature?
That would be very odd.
It'd be kind of amazing. If it caught me in like some island, I'd be like, fair enough.
You think that the It Follows creature can, if like you got in an ocean liner and it walked into the ocean, could it just like grab the dorsal fin of a shark and like be going triple speed?
Yeah.
Or not even triple, it would go like 10 times speed, like a shark swimming versus a person walking.
Yeah, if you got it
right?
Yep. So
like
all your time would be thrown off.
Like you could, and then what if like in Finding Nemo, remember when the sea turtles are going in that, it's almost like a jet stream equivalent of water?
Ooh.
Like, what if the It Follows thing found its way into that?
That'd be
It's
even
cruising
better.
along at 35 miles an hour.
That'd be even better. I got a good visual of It Follows grabbing onto a turtle through a jet stream.
It beats the kids to Bermuda. It's just
my
waiting for them there with a boat drink when they get off the ship, and then it grabs them.
Hey, thanks, man. Oh, wait.
They thought it was like one of the employees coming to give them a lei. Wait, that's Hawaii, but whatever. Like to greet them with a boat drink or something, and instead it's like, oh, grabbed you. You're freaky weird dead now.
Yeah,
because whenever it's the weirdest death.
Yeah, it does weird stuff to people.
That movie was like the first. Was it the first kid with his mom? I don't want to get into the detail for someone who actually hasn't seen It Follows, but when they walk into the bedroom and they see that the mom got the son, and it was really weird.
Yeah, it was strange. And then the first girl got bent up all weird too on a beach.
Yeah, that's right. She, like her wearing her high heels and her like knees bent backwards.
So that was a beach. Do you think? I think we're onto something. The telepathic shark and the creature from It Follows work together. In a Great Lake, of course. Because Jaws could do that.
Why not?
You know, oh, wait, you guys. You should go to MFF and read my post called Squid Lake. I wrote the oral history of a terrible movie filmed in Florida. You should read it. It's about a sea beast. I forgot about that one, too.
Did you do a podcast about that?
Yeah, on Shark Dropper. If you go to sharkdropper.com, don't listen to it. It's insane. It's insane.
That's a great plug. I did this. No, don't listen to it. It was a long.
We got dragged into a portal of just weird stuff. All right, John, this is it. The final.
I mean, we got the merman.
The merman from the cabin in the woods versus the open sea killer, a.k.a. long-tongued gooberfish from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
This is such a weird face-off.
Yeah, no one could have seen this going here.
I mean, I feel like we've already gone over everything. Now, I do like that gooberfish, but we've gone over everything that I liked about the gooberfish twice. And what's interesting is that as many times in two parts of these podcasts, our CB's podcasts, we've mentioned the merman so many times, and I keep coming up with new things to say about that merman.
I mean, first and foremost, the fact that Bradley Whitford really wants the merman. He grabs the conch shell. He wants the merman to come, and then it doesn't come. And at the end, the merman murders him brutally.
I just love that when those 20-somethings are in the basement next to like the Necronomicon and the weird twisted doll. They're like in the middle of like landlocked area in a weird cabin basement, and there's a conch shell in there. Why is there even a conch shell in there? Like, it's beautifully silly.
And someone almost blew on that.
And poor Bradley Whitford. I just thought it would be cooler with a merman.
So, all right. I think why I love the bit. I think it's a great gag. I also just like that it accomplishes mission.
Of eating the guy who thought that it would be cooler with a merman.
Yeah. The mission accomplished.
Dude, and guess what else?
What?
Bradley Whitford's mission was accomplished because it was cooler with a merman.
Yeah, didn't he say that? Like, didn't he see it and go, what?
Because it's also such a goofy, like, because you think of a merman, like there are movies with killer mermaids. And they are like pretty mermaids that kind of are almost like were monsters that turn scary. You got the movie Killer Mermaid. You have the movie The Lure. Even the mermaids in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, am I remembering that right?
Yeah, they were kind of jerky.
Yeah, like they look pretty at first, and then they have like these demon teeth or something.
There were nice mermaids in Pan.
But so in this, like the moment you see it, it is just this like this slack-jawed orc merman. Like it is just so silly, awesome looking with this huge Grimace. It's like Grimace.
And its dorsal
its head
fin
is shaped like Grimace from McDonald's.
spills blood. It spouts blood.
It has that hair, that wet hair, and its hair is even kind of thinning in the back. Like it has a balding area. Like that thing is just wonderful. And was it striped like a tiger shark?
I'm looking at it right now.
Does it have some blue stripy bit?
It looks kind of grayish.
But stripy bits?
I don't see stripy bits.
Stripy bits. I could have sworn it had stripy bits. But they had so much character in that creature for that bit.
And I was just looking through, and I found the post I wrote about it. Do you want me to I wrote a post about how far the merman had to travel from the elevator banks to kill Bradley Whitford. Do you want to hear some excerpts from it?
Well, wait. Can you take us there for those of us who didn't see the movie in a long time? How that happens?
Yeah. So in Cabin in the Woods, all the beasts are let out, and these security guards run to these elevator shafts, and all the beasts come out. All the guards get murdered. It's just chaos on the video screens. People are getting murdered by clowns, beasts, buzzsaw, robots, bats, everything deadly that you could possibly imagine. And, werewolf, and all the survivors, the remaining survivors lock themselves in this bunker. It gets broken into. Something explodes. Bradley Whitford flies back, and through the smoke comes a merman. And then the merman starts eating him, and blood starts pouring out of its little spout in the back.
And Bradley Whitford started in like the control tower almost, not tower.
Yeah, and
the control room.
And he made it all the way. And all right, so here it is. I believe the merman was one of the first creatures to be delivered by the elevators because it didn't have to crawl through the insane amounts of blood. It exited the elevator and made its way through roughly 264 feet of corridors on the 100 level. I came up with 264 feet when I tracked the time it took for the armed guards to reach the elevators. I clocked them doing a 15-minute mile, and I did the math from there. They cautiously walked through the corridors for roughly 45 seconds, 264 feet, and I believe the main security station was close to the staircase that the mermaid had to go down. Take a look at the video, and you'll get a feel for the building. You can see this post. I'll add it on our podcast. Once at the stairs, the merman had to go down approximately 40 feet of steps. Why did it have to go downstairs? In the beginning of the film, Hadley and Sitterson, Bradley Whitford, and another very good actor, Richard Jenkins, are walking on the 100 level to get some coffee. You can clearly see they have to go down a staircase to get their golf cart. Also, during the attack, you will notice the creatures going down the stairs to attack their prey as well. I believe the 100 level was where the elevators exited the monsters because during the unicorn attack, you see a sign for room 100. I don't think the unicorn had a chance to go down some stairs, so 100 level it is. After they make the trek downstairs, the duo get into a golf cart and go to the control office. I'm wagering the trip had to be at least 300 feet to warrant taking a golf cart. Since these two guys seem bored with their job and caught in a routine, I think they take the cart everywhere out of boredom, throwing the added 20 feet to get in the large control center, and the total jumps to 320 feet. So the merman had to travel 624 feet to get to the office, and it had to travel 15 minutes, 15.127 minutes.
And like half that was stairs.
Yeah. I mean, and it had no blood on it, so that means it was one of the first ones out, because all the attack happened, and if all the attacks happened, that mermaid would be covered in blood. Merman.
Hey, he would have been swimming in it.
Yeah, he'd be like Zoolander.
Oh,
So
terrible aquatic creature. That is almost a monster of film.
water, it's the essence of man. So I guess we just love this. We've talked about Cabin in the Woods a lot. It's gotten a lot of press on movies, films, and flicks. But I just love this sea beast because it accomplished its mission. It has to travel an insane amount of space, and it's the punchline to a really funny bit. It
was cooler with a merman.
And it doesn't get killed by a jet ski.
Oh, terrible way to go.
Are you happy with this conclusion?
I mean, the merman, we even said in the beginning of the first podcast, you brought up for our parameters, accomplishes goals, this, that, and the other. Also, is it cool looking and did we like it? And this is such a wild card for the cool looking and did we like it?
I loved it.
Like, mission accomplishing aside, like, I love that thing. And when I saw that on the screen for the first time, seeing that movie in theaters, I feel like I was overwhelmed with joy.
Yeah, that made me so happy.
Even though in concept, I would have, if you had asked me in the beginning, like after I see Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins dancing a little bit and like getting into their technician bit, if you told me that he was going to die, I would have been like, screw you, he needs to live. But then the way he died was a way that I was content with him dying. They killed him in like the only way that would have been acceptable to me.
Yep, it was a perfect death. And Richard Jenkins, how did Richard Jenkins die? He got stabbed by somebody else.
Don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he got killed by the guy with the trowel. Which is also fine.
Which is also fine. But
I feel like we went on a really long adventure. I feel like we got on the back of a telepathic shark and rode it across the world.
I'm wondering now, because we finished with 51 different sea beasts at the end of the first part of this podcast, if indeed we struck all the way to your 76? You had an estimate in the 70s.
Now, I'm thinking we're going to be at 97.
I mean, we're going to have a lot of redundancy from the first one.
I'm going 97.
97? Well, we're going to pass my first guess of like 56, I think I had, and we were at 51. So I'm going to go to your guess that was somewhere in the 70s. I'm going to say like 76.
Because we brought up about 5 different mermaids.
That's true. We did bring up oh, God, that's right. I just mentioned like 4, and you mentioned 1.
Yeah, and then we talked about the sea beasts, the other wet sea beasts from the Jaws movies, and then we also talked about, we brought in the Last Jedi sea beast. We brought in a decent amount of sea beasts in this. Oh, that one monster. Then we brought up all the other sea beasts from Rick. He had like 8 of them.
Poor Rick.
Yeah, he just lost that flank when he was a general. All right, so next week, what do we got? We got The Ritual, right?
Dude, yeah, the Netflix original. Really impressed with that one. I was really impressed.
So if you have any questions, make sure to send them in. We got a lot now. People really love this movie, but if you got some great ones, send them our way. And you have some plugs before we head out?
We have been getting such consistent support that I'm going to my usual suspects, almost all on Twitter. John F. Leonard, that's John _F_ Leonard. He's an author. You can find his work on Twitter. Same goes for Isaac Thorne, ending in an E. Isaac Thorne on Twitter, another author. Grim Horror, Mr. Horror, and Leo Craven. All 3 voraciously sharing our material. And I really love that we've developed to such a point where a lot of the people who share our material, it used to be people who just shared your interesting little like data-centric articles or just shared certain horror things. And now it seems like a lot of the people just share everything. I feel like we're getting a consistent, awesome fanfare. And then there's the Last Knock podcast folks. They went on about – so they just heard recently what we did a couple months ago where we spent minutes joking about how they can't say our podcast. And they were reflecting on that and their Cloverfield franchise podcast, and I really enjoyed hearing Billy Crash and Johnny Numb reflect on that. But again, they're wonderful friends of the pod. Obviously, I know that they said that because I listen to them. I listen to them every time they drop a new episode. So thanks a lot to Billy and Johnny.
So yeah, the first knock with Johnny Crash and Billy Numb.
And Billy Numb.
You will love their stuff.
And make sure you put an H in that Johnny.
Yeah, and then I guess for me, just guys, make sure to go to iTunes, rate, review, subscribe. If you have some free time, just please do that for us. And also, thank you very much for listening. We appreciate you spending your time with us. And so, for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and John, Lord of the Flies, love and good. This is Movie Films and Flicks. We'll see you next week.